Hey guys, welcome to BP, the Bible Perspective. Coronavirus. Is this a global plot by the Antichrist to sneak in the mark of the beast? I don't mean to sound cavalier, but this is what people are saying. And there are people exploiting this notion, stirring the fears of people to think that if they get medical treatment or a tracker or something, that they will be, unbeknownst to them, taking the mark of the beast and thus damning themselves for all eternity because they didn't know they were taking the mark of the beast. Well, let's deal with this. But before we do, please like and share this video. And subscribe to BP, the Bible Perspective. And as always, if you have a thought or comment, add it to the comment section below. All comments are welcome. You know, with the coronavirus that is plague literally the earth, there is such mass hysteria, and now it is spilled over into the church world with fears that Satan can be setting up this virus, and not so much the virus itself, of course, is what those in power are doing to introduce the mark of the beast. Now, a guy sent me a video, and I was listening to this fast-talking preacher. And when I say fast-talking, literally, he was fast-talking. And that's a technique that they do because they spit out a whole lot of knowledge, and you don't have time to kind of process what they're saying. You have to kind of go back and listen to it over and over again. You know, some of the things he was expounding was that this could be the prelude, this coronavirus and this treatment and all of the things that's going on, the shutdown of the world and all that, could be setting the stage for the Antichrist to make its emergence. Worse, you could be taking the mark of the beast unbeknownst. His theory basically is that the C in corona, first, let me go back. The letter, some kind of way, he sort of suggested that coronavirus spelled out 666. I don't know how he got that, but okay. And then secondly, the C in corona means certificate, which means in some kind of way, and this is where, by the way, Bill Gates come in at. That's right, the billionaire Bill Gates, richest man. Well, not the richest man in the world anymore, but the second richest man anyway. But billionaire Bill Gates, right? That because he's promoting some type of corona tracking, that this was a computer and of course and Microsoft being the computer entity of the world, right? Because almost everybody has Microsoft, but now he's behind, or an agent of Satan behind developing the chip that can track, and if he's successful, everyone would have to have this chip, and you cannot buy or sell unless you have this chip. Thus, setting the stage for the Antichrist. And beware, because if you take this chip, you could be eternally damning your soul forever because you took the chip that you didn't know that was going to later be used for the Antichrist. People are actually believing this. And as I said, this is just pure bad theology. This guy was talking so fast and he made so many assertions and assumptions, it was hard to keep up with him. None of which he backed by fact, scripture, or anything else. Just assertions, just assumption. The problem, of course, is the coronavirus, of course, which has hit the globe. Yeah, a lot of people can be taking advantage of or exploiting it in various ways. Even sometimes our government, right, with the stimulus package, right, that they're going to slip in what they call pork. But I digress from that. The point is that you will know, okay, you will know when the Antichrist shows up. And that's what I kind of want to dispel, all of the foolishness and the nonsense. That even if you don't want to take a computer chip, don't refuse it because you think it could be a prelude to the Antichrist. Let me show you why it's not. First and foremost, the Antichrist will not have any type of need to try to be subtle. He's not going to come under the covers. And this is the stuff out of the badly written Christian movies, such as Left Behind and Tribulation Force, right? All of these kind of movies are just written by people. And I have to admit, by the way, y'all, they're my guilty pleasures. But they're just bad theology. They're not even very well written, but I digress again. Here's the point. The Antichrist, let me show you, in Revelation chapter 13, the other part about this man, by the way, he's well documented in Scripture and biblical prophecy. Daniel prophesied his coming. And one of the things that Daniel noted, in fact, Daniel was intrigued, it got his attention, how arrogant this man was. Okay? And look here. So this is in Revelation chapter 13. I'm sorry, I'm going to just pick through it. And let me start at verse 1. I'm going to read and just the first 5 verses. It says, "And I saw a beast coming up out of the sea," meaning the multitudes of people. "And he had 10 horns and 7 heads. And on his horns were 10 diadems. And on his head were blasphemous names. The beast I saw was like a leopard, and his feet was like a bear, and his mouth was like a lion's mouth. And his dragon gave him his power and his throne and great authority." Note that. In other words, this man, notice where his power would come from. The dragon, who is Satan. It says, one of his heads appeared to be fatally wounded, but the fatally wound was healed, and the whole earth was amazed and followed the beast. Note that. See, this is important that you understand this statement here. The whole earth, notice he said, was amazed and followed the beast. They worshiped the dragon because he gave authority to the beast, and they worshiped the beast, saying, who was like the beast, who was able to make war against him. And then verse 5 says, "And the mouth was given to him to speak boasts and blasphemies, and he was given authority to act for 42 months, and he began to speak blasphemies against the God of heaven." And the point I want to bring out here is that the Antichrist won't be timid. He's not going to ever feel intimidated between people. It's going to be his way or the highway. He's going to be extremely arrogant, so he's not going to feel the need to sneak in, the mark of the beast. Second thing is, everyone who takes the mark of the beast, it's not going to be some secret thing that it's going to here, take this. What is it? I don't know, just take it. And then when you take it, oh my God, what have I done? No, you're going to know exactly what you've done. I'm going to skip down to verse number verse 16. Now it says, "And he requires everyone, small and great, rich and poor, free and slave, to be given a mark on his right hand or on his forehead, so that no one could buy or sell unless he has the mark, the beast's name, or the number of his name." And then of course the text talks about the number 666. Okay, and I want to read one more thing. Here's my point. I want to say this: when a person takes the mark of the beast, they are not taking this blindly. They are taking this in allegiance to the beast. And notice he even says they're taking it as a pledge, a worship to Satan, a worship to the beast. So the mark of the beast, and by the way, there is nothing in here that says that the mark of the beast is a computer chip. That was an assumption that people made. This mark could be just a simple mark. In other words, the mark itself is irrelevant. What kind it is, it's going to be a mark. If it's something that a posted mark that's posted to your head, the damning thing is that you're taking it as a rebellion against God and an allegiance to Satan. That is the biggest thing right there. It has nothing to do with computers or anything else. They might have a computer system, and no doubt they will have a computer system because we now know we're living in the computer age. But that's not the mark of the beast in and of itself. To take the mark of the beast will be, I am cursing myself, damning myself because I'm cursing God, I'm rejecting God, and I'm worshiping Satan. So no, coronavirus isn't some ploy, some undercover secret operation to introduce the mark of the beast. It's just somebody's program. It's just somebody's way. Or maybe they want to make money or whatever. But it is not the mark of the beast. All right, guys, that's my perspective. Don't forget to like and share this video and subscribe to BP, the Bible Perspective. And as always, if you have a thought or comment, add it to the comment section below. All comments are welcome. Till next time, I'll see you then.